worth fathoming a second thought about. This is where demonic energy is transmitted from. The whole concept of someone that's demonic have to come here to bring a presence of demonic energy makes me want to vomit. The never-ending vomit. I'm not going to lie to you. This stuff needs to stop. There is nothing demonic about these lights. What is going on is that the demonic tendencies on this earth has summoned these lights to come here. And watch this video and watch what happens. I want you to see why they're actually digging into the ground. Now what's going on is you can see the space bar has moved away. It's because I didn't start it from the beginning. But to make it point simple, I'm going to start it real quick and I'm going to catch you up with what's going on. Two lights started off and they started excavating. And as they started excavating, the light got brighter and brighter. So it's like they're digging something out of the ground. That light source that you're looking at is coming from out of the ground. Now I always tell you guys that the God of Sar, which is me, has a segment source of energy in the ground as well as above the earth at all times. My energy source is in the ground as well as above the earth at all times. Now we're going to watch this, alright?
That are using these portals to bring things in and to take things back out. So you see there's still some little UFOs floating around up there. See, there's a couple of them over here. There you go. So yeah, that's the question, guys. I mean, no matter what, that's not normal. This is real. It's not faked. You can find this. This was on the news. It was all reported as UFO and weird light, though. Nobody reported it as a portal to another dimension, right? But I believe this. Look at that. There's another one. But I believe this could very well be a gateway, guys. Some kind of a gateway to another dimension to bring things in or to let things out, or maybe both. It's a doorway. Some may say it's a doorway to hell, you could say. Maybe it's a doorway to, who are we kidding? I think it's a doorway to hell.
Right, because see, that's the conceptualization of white man. Anything that does not have anything to do with them, it's got to be evil. That's the reason they don't have a problem with going around the world murdering every damn thing that is not Christian like them, alright? So now these things got this type of power, alright, but they just got to be evil. That's because you get this type of power to them, they know what they would do with it. See, so it scares them because they know the action they would utilize this energy for. See, that's what the whole conceptualization is of consciousness. Since you're in a barbaric state of existence, you see this as nothing but military energy, something to do wrong with, right? But somebody like me that has a real balanced heart, I can see it as divine energy that can bring prosperity as well as adversity.
No, really, I don't know for sure, guys. Either way, I do believe that this is a portal, though, some kind of a stargate or a gateway to something else. And that's actually what we're seeing happen here. Now, it gets kind of weird. If it's not weird enough for you already, there's even more. I want to show you one more thing that happened. There was a camera that was on the other side of this volcano, and it captured something pretty amazing as well. So check this out. Here's the camera that was on the other side, and just take a look at what happens here. It's the volcano. It's about to blow up, okay? Watch.
Look at the colors.
Did you see that?
Look at the colors. Where the green at? Where's the green? That's all we're missing is the green. Now they throw some green in there, it's going to be all good. Look at all the colors that you see in the light with the X, letting you know, yeah, they here to deal with all this corruption on Earth.
What is that?
I'm telling you what it is.
Right? That's the question. What is that?
Let me tell you. Okay. Let us start break it down for you. I love breaking it down. It's real simple. This right here is the melanin right here of our universe. The blackness that you see at night when you look into the sky that gives a contrast for the lights of the stars to shine. This blackness is the blackness of the female vagina, where all manifestations come from. What you're looking at right here is the melanin source of our creator essence. The blackness that we see at night when we saw the yellow, green, and blue spirals in the other picture. The blackness that we see at night when we could see the white UFOs flying around. This blackness is, if you will, the threshold, the universal vagina, the cosmic realm of pure potentiality. Okay, from this is the same representation of the ground. that you see the lights digging into to create this explosion right here around this volcano. Now listen, these are abnormal colors of explosion, letting you know that these are explosions of our universal creator trying to communicate with us. From the nothing comes the absolute. So we're going to look at this blackness as a state of indifferentiation. Okay, indifferentiation. From this blackness come all these color spectrums. All these color spectrums are comprised of this blackness, meaning this blackness actually gave life to them. They are a part of this overall encompassing color brilliance spectrum. From the blackness came the light. God was walking around in all blackness and said, let there be light. So if we went back to where you saw the light here above the ground, you see right there, right? If we went back there, this is that white light coming from that blackness that's in the recesses of the earth. That's where that light is coming from the earth. It's not coming from the sky down, it's coming from the earth out. Okay? So from the nothing comes the absolute. The blackness of the earth produced this white light right here. Okay? Now look, not only did it produce that white light there, it produces all these colors. All of them. The black does. The black is the creative source of all color spectrum. Now look here. Okay, all this going on. Let's start this. Boom, 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 explosion, explosion, explosion from the volcano.
Yeah.
Now, I showed you guys in America You Are Playing with Fire, all the color spectrums that the universe is going to use to eradicate corruption off of this earth. And then, don't you dare sit there and try to say there's something wrong with a mother trying to repair her house that she see her children being destroyed in and done wrong in. I don't even want to hear no crap about somebody being evil and all that old shit. The evil is the reason why these things have been summoned here. So don't get it twisted, okay? It's because of evil that these God things had to show up to clean house.
Now, it gets kind of weird. If it's not weird enough for you already, there's even more. I want to show you one more thing that happened. There's a camera that was on the other side of this volcano, and it captured something pretty amazing as well. So check this out. Here's the camera that was on the other side, and just take a look at what happens here. It's the volcano. It's about to blow up, okay? Watch. Did you see that? Look at that. Boom! Just take a look at what happens here. It's the volcano. It's about to blow up, okay? Watch.
Okay, let's look at this here. What we can plainly see is that nature put on a color display for us, all right? And then the lights that you see on the other side tumbling in the ground and doing everything that they doing, they probably had something to do with this, okay? Now, you got to understand the divine nature of things. If you are the creator of something, that means you can create anything you want to, just like a potter. Say I'm a potter sitting at my wheel, and I'm making a statue. Okay, I changed my mind. Well, I got another plan just now. The universe showed me a better way to do it. I'm going to have to do this all over. I would deliberately take what I had created so far, mash it back down to the existence of non-indifferentiation. In other words, it's just a big old lump of clay now. So I can mold it and make it into what I wanted to become, a greater masterpiece. So, if you're the person that owns all this materialism, contrary to the egoism of man, who would think that if you come in here and do this, you were an evil person, after he done ran his not having the right or privilege as to be murdering other people and animals around the planet forever doing it. The nerve of him to say something when this type of technology come in and you see that this is the technology that could have been utilized to build this earth. How dare you try to scorn it after you done even made a mouse not be able to live, right? Women pregnant and crazy and lost in their heads and doing drugs and all that because of you. And then you have to nerve to say something when this creative energy come in and start utilizing this proper permission to rearrange things and put them back to the way they were meant to be. Now, the reason I said all that is because I want you to see the colors.
Did you see that?
See, look. All these colors are synonymous with atmospheric color variation. They're not in the explosion. They were all here and all here. These are displays of light put around this explosion, just like you see these displays of color being demonstrated in the blackness of space in those spiral formations. And there's a color that you see a spiral. There's a color you see a spiral. Every color is here but the green color of a SAR. But every other color is there. But I've showed you in America You Are Playing with Fire. Go see that. I will show you all these colors again. And then even when the volcano lava cools down after it's red and ambient color like this, and red, fire, purple, when it cools down, it returns to this black lava color right here. So it's showing you the synonymous colors and how it all works as a pattern format from divine consciousness in our universe. That's how everything works. It does not have anything to do with European science. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you the truth. Most European science has been based on controlling entities who has utilized their wealth and their privilege of power over the common masses who could not stand up to put up a fight against anything that was implemented on them because of straight out oppression that was done to European people first. From there launched the system of oppression that we are all under and being victimized by right to this day. But the universe is communicating with us, letting us know that this stuff is very temporal and is very fleeting. And the people that tries to stay attached to materialism and help the people that has made things come this way because of people's stupidity and because of your ignorance and your foolish consuming gives them the power by you giving them all your money and by you working in their go nowhere jobs and just letting them just take advantage of you by making the price of everything be so high and the work pay so low. All this stuff is organized, extortionist racketeering of the masses of the earth. These UFOs have come here to put a stop to that shit. Don't walk around here trying to identify with being white and being a part of this corrupt ass government. And when you hear people like me talking, think that I'm attacking you. That's not true. What's going on is that the foolishness of everybody being dichotomized by skin complexions, gender, music selection, what type of shoes you wear, all this foolishness got to stop. These people are showing you all these colors work in unison with each other. And they all came from black. So it's foolish as hell to let a controlling body convince you to hate everything black on the planet when everything on this planet come from blackness. So the thing is, these colors are colors of the universal creator that has been proven unto you, coming to you to let you know we can and will use these volcanoes to destroy the materialism that you motherfuckers are making such an idiot out of yourself to try to gain. Your hatred of each other and your backstabbing and everything that you would do to prove yourself worthy of these corporations and to gain the materialism, merchandise possession that everybody has lost their damn minds and won't care about, cutthroating each other. So your ass can have a diamond ring, so you can have an SUV, so you can have a pretty woman. They don't care nothing about your ass. You run out of money and she's gone. You know that. This is time to wake up right now. This is what they're saying. They're saying, yes, just like Asar says, I am going to set off volcanoes and burn your ass up. That's why the colors are synonymous with the Black Buddha and all the 7 cosmic forces colors that you see all the time.
Look at that.
Only thing missing is the green.
What is that? Right? That's the question. What is that? I don't know. You know, I don't have all the answers, guys, but I know that something unusual is involved here. I was looking in the comments, and a lot of people think it's HAARP. If you don't know what HAARP is, guys, check it out. It's all capitals, HAARP. It's the weather manipulation systems that our government has and uses.
Right. Everything but the UFOs that we just saw over there making this big light, this big bright ass light that you saw, that you know the government can't make a bright light like that without burning the damn forest up. That light was made in the daytime, kind of like when the sun made the sun black itself out and go black in the daytime in my camera before, right? So we already know what this is. It's the superior creative essence of our universal creator, showing you that your senses in that human encapsulation that you are in is very limited. So you would not be able to understand the power of nature and the power of myself being able to do something like this. So beware of the foolish misleaders who try to take claim for this, because they can't do it. Because if they was able to manipulate weather like this, you better believe that Africa, the people over there that they're slowly murdering already, all those people would be murdered in one freaking day if they could control this type of stuff like that, to make a volcano blow up and then throw these type of ambient colors around it and then make it obvious with this black on top, much as they scorn black. If it was done by them, this white would be up here and this black would be down here. That's the mindset of them. They would make this be down here and the black would be, the white would be supreme up there. We all know that.
You know, so did they use heart to start this volcano?
No, they did not.
Or does the volcano have something to do with portals and with these dimensions, with brick?
Yes, the portals that we saw and the other thing could easily channel themselves into the ground, set up a path to push the projectile through, push the projectile to the right given interval, blow that shit up, and then the UFOs that already showed us that they can make these colors right here can seriously just make the colors. I told you this blue right here lit up the whole downtown Los Angeles sky one night. Everybody who's downtown with me working down there know that I'm telling the truth. It lit the sky up all night, blue like this, the whole downtown, all the buildings and everything. And you know what? The next morning, that shit was not even in the newspapers. It was not on the news or anything. No one thought that it was a big story to tell the people of Los Angeles about a strange blue light that lit up the entire skyline all night. Kept it hush hush. But all the security guards that work downtown with me that night, if anyone of you guys are listening to me right now, you know you're shaking your hand and saying, yep, his ass is right, because I was working downtown that night myself. And it lit. This light was so powerful and so strong blue that it went through the 777 tower from the Figueroa side all the way through to the Amco parking structure in the back. I saw that light come all the way through, in the 444 tower also. It came all the way. If everybody who's security that work in that area around that Wilshire Grand Hotel and Figueroa and 6th, 7th, and 8th Street, all in that area right there, anyone who worked in any of those towers, any of those parking structures, anyone who was working on the Blue Line train or the Green Line train, anyone who rode into the downtown area on this night knows what I'm talking about. This color blue totally encapsulated the whole downtown area all night.
Bringing these entities in or letting them back out. Because we saw in the first video, as that little portal was starting up down there at the bottom of the volcano, at the top, you saw something shooting out of it, right? You see that thing shooting out of the volcano. That was the top of the volcano. And then a little later, this thing goes down, right? Then you get the explosion.
Those UFOs told me to tell you, and I've already made it perfectly clear, they will utilize the earth to eradicate the foolish earth recipients that have let themselves become so stagnant in religious dogma that we are a threat. We're such a threat to the ecology that they've already moved animals out. The spirit of birds and the spirit of the dolphins and all these things that you see just dying, they're just moving on to another dimension. They don't want to be here anymore. With everything we've done to this earth, the animals and everything has been praying to their creator to let them find a way out of here. I mean, think about ocean liners driving down this beautiful beach right here. All right. I mean, out of nowhere, dropping oil, contaminants, diesel fuel, you name it, in the damn ocean, just so the corporation owners can save profit. But they don't care about all the fish they kill. And all this stuff is getting written down by the sun. But people is so limited with their stupid identity of self that they feel like the only thing that really matters is what I can perceive with my eyes, what I can taste with my tongue, what I can smell with my nose. It's like, it's way more than that. See, this ignorance is the reason why these things have come to eradicate our asses, because we're tearing the earth up, and if we don't get stopped here on earth, we'll go into other regions doing it just like NASA is doing right now, going into outer space, causing problems where shit is floating around, all kind of metals and you name it. They're probably purging their oil out there. You think they take oil to the moon and then bring it back? No. We know they don't get down like that because that costs money, and those bastards only want to make profit. They're not doing the NASA moon search to help us civilians or us masses of people. They doing that stuff so they could go and find more gold and more slaves and more shit they could pillage and plunder. They got the Christopher Columbus syndrome going into outer space now, and those people that don't watch to monitor what we do on Earth, they know that. They already know who NASA is and what's expected from them. That's why they don't mind coming down here burning all our asses up now. Because they know what will happen if they don't get on top of things.
The volcano. So, are we watching a HAARP actually take place? Or is it interdimensional beings causing this for whatever reason? Is there some kind of a connection to the inner Earth, maybe? Maybe that's why they're using the volcano. I don't know. Or is it all connected together? Are these interdimensional things using HAARP? You know, I don't know. But either way, man, just to add a little bit more to the story, as I always do, I'm gonna show you a little video here in just a second about the beginnings of NASA. That's what this started making me think about, because NASA, our space exploration program, actually started in a lot of ways with black magic and witchcraft and all kinds of weirdness. And if you think I'm...
Okay, so now see, this is why I always gotta talk to you guys and point something out to you. Now, of course, there gotta be two kind of magics, because if he said black magic, then of course that would make you assume that there is a white magic. But then of course he said black magic with NASA after I gave my perfectly non-complimentary description of NASA. See, this is the foolishness we're talking about. There's got these things right here flying all around in this blackness that make manifestations from here. It's kind of like, think about your woman's vagina that your son or your daughter came from, that you can't wait to get up in. This is the blackness that he wants to use to give a reference to something negative, like black magic. The foolishness of that whole conceptualization is the reason why a lot of people is going to be eradicated off of this earth. That's the type of most brainwashed system of thought is in most European males, because they've been taught that. They've been taught from all the brainwashing of Jesus being white. And I mean, if you think about all the wars that's been on the earth and fought in the battle of white supremacy, or either the kings, all the kings of the Bible were all white men who wanted to go and push their army greatness all over the world, and they used the Bible to glamorize all that murder, because that's what war is. It's just murder. I don't care if you do give it a fancy name like war and then just think that, okay, it's okay if it's war. No, it's not okay, because see, if I have a problem with anybody and I slap them, I'm not going to tell the police to come over here and arrest my ass for assault that it was war. Okay, but then that same policeman that arrests me for slapping somebody next week suit his ass up and go to Iraq, like a lot of them is doing, so they can make money, and then he be over there murdering people and don't see a problem with the fact that a week ago you was locking somebody's ass up for just slapping somebody, and now you over here with a gun shooting some family of people you don't even freaking know. This is the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. There will always be a common connecting balance with this earth. You're going to have the ones who think it's all right to have prostitution totally legal as long as it's in Nevada, but then if a man and a woman that's broke as hell and need to pay their rent, if she goes sell some coochie and find out that he was involved with it, they can both be locked up for prostitution. So this type of hypocrisy that is generated, implemented, and manifested by these European controllers of this planet is the reason why the universe is going out of its way to give all these light shows that I've been giving you guys and all the lectures I've been giving you ample time to sink into your head, because when it's time to go down, you're not going to be able to say you didn't know. Just that simple. And I put myself at a lot of risk doing this shit, but I do it because I have to. Hotep, Mayat Hotep. Okay, so this is Asavasa Teparama. And I know that I came out of nowhere dropping all this knowledge on you guys, right? And I know it's a lot, but here go what I'm saying. I claim that one day the sun started talking to me, and I claim also that before the sun started talking to me, all my life I've been having visits from extraterrestrial people that has taken me in these spaceships on many occasions. When I was a small child, I used to tell people, these people, even my brothers, they won't talk about it to this day, but it happened to them too. And to this day, you can't get them to talk about it because they don't like the scorn that come along with this. What I'm saying to you is this. These things have been grabbing people off the earth for a long time. For some reason, my connection is because of a job that I was ordained to do, what we call aliens here on earth. I'm getting to understand to be as emanations from our creator God, of what you guys call God. The problem with what's going on with earth is the introduction of European knowledge. European knowledge have taken all this stuff away, and it was known to the Egyptians. All this stuff was known to the Egyptians. Okay, it's nothing new to them. That's the reason why I can feel it in my heart, because of my genetics and my spiritual energy helps me able to feel all this stuff. The lies and the deceit by the Europeans is the reason why this earth is going through so much trouble that it's going through right now. Now, I want you guys to listen to everything this guy getting ready to say. Now, I claim that I'm the Buddha and the God man and all that stuff, right? Now let me show you what happened to all our stuff and statues and everything when these guys get a hold to it.
H. Right. Just hang this out, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, now let's see what they
Perhaps
do.
that's why his
they
crater
tarnish
is
every
on
damn
the dark side of the moon.
He was a maverick rocket scientist.
Okay.
Okay.
Always glamorizing
Who
themselves.
some have called an occultist.
Now watch this. This is
He
what
was
gets
a
me.
maverick rocket scientist. Okay. He was also a maverick rocket scientist spiritually.
This father of American rocketry was also an occultist, devoted
You
to
see
a
all the
path
Egyptian
still
stuff,
widely
right?
misunderstood and feared.
All the Egyptian stuff. Where all
So
this stuff
founding
come from. They steal
modern
it
rocket
from the
science
Egyptian people when we was telling knowledge of this
Absolutely
space stuff
allied and
forever.
connected with
So since we're
Black
connected
magic.
through our melanin, what he called black magic.
Aleister Crowley
Okay, since we're connected through our
was the premier
melanin, but then
self-styled
look who
Western
becomes
magician of the 20th
Mr.
century,
Musician.
who some
See,
have
with
called
the pyramid on his
the most
head.
evil man in the world.
See how it gets stolen.
Crowley
Right.
simply termed himself the Great Beast. He wouldn't invite him to dinner. Whose secret name in his order was Phoenix, for reasons that will later become apparent.
But I just want to show you.
Parsons
Look at the
became
eye.
one of
Look at
Crowley's
the sun
greatest
rays.
students,
Okay, look
and
at the
was said to have
spiral.
been his personal
And then look at the
chosen
spaceship.
successor.
But they always take this away
Remember,
from the
people-
original African people
we have
and give it to
documentation,
themselves. Look,
no question,
pyramid,
that Parsons was
candles,
selected
all
by
the
Crowley to be
ritualizations,
his successor
everything,
in
ancient
these
Kemet.
arcane,
But look at the players
magical
now.
rituals and ceremonies.
Look at the
and
players now.
practices.
See?
Parsons quickly moved up the ranks of
See?
Crowley's organization called the Order of the Eastern
Okay,
Temple,
look.
and was
Spaceships,
eventually appointed
right.
head of the
weather
lodge.
formation, fires, all
Pasadena.
that. Everything's
By Crowley
synonymous with what's
himself.
going on now.
Parsons swore an oath of allegiance to guide humanity into, quote, an age of communion with the God.
Oh,
Using his demonstrable vast talents of insight and science and, in his own words, magic.
yeah, but see, that's me
The
doing
objectives
that,
of
not
those
him.
like Crowley who
I'm the one
practiced
doing that,
Western
not
magic
him.
is ostensibly, quote, to advance humanity by contact with higher intelligence.
Yes, but see, you
That
don't
is,
see him doing that. It's
with
me doing it.
Extraterrestrials.
It's me doing it, not him.
Is that what they're up to? Either by calling them down or traveling to their planet. According to Crowley, one can contact these higher intelligences by becoming one with them.
Okay, that's what I claim I did. I studied the books. I went through all the rituals. I did all the things that I needed to do. When the sun started talking to me and telling me what to do, I did it all. I'm the one having the interactions with the sun and everything. But then what do they give you? A freaking comic book as God man. Our gods wear spandex, right? So this is what they do. This is how they mess your mind up. Every people on the earth who could have special powers got to be that created people right there. Always sketches. Always sketches. Okay? And then they had a nerve to
That is
call
by
them the God
metamorphosis
man.
into man-gods
See?
or supermen.
See?
This was Crowley's primary goal.
But now here I am.
attainable in his beliefs.
On the earth, as a manifested man walking around, they want to give you some cartoon draw up shit. Now here goes a real man walking around here telling you stuff, showing you stuff, and these people ain't nowhere around, but then this is what they give you. Because they stole the books from the ancient commandments, and this is how they know this stuff. Because they stole the books. And they know the original God man have to have melanin. And they know that. Because you have to have interactions with the sun.
To the ancient systems of the Hebrew and Greek Kabbalah and other forms of metaphysical, quote, science. All practitioners
That's right, metaphysical science, not European science. If you want real science, you better go get metaphysics.
of magic, philosophically based occultists such as the Theosophists or Freemasons, have been consumed with interest of finding the origins of the human race. You just have to read what they write. It is claimed by the founders of many of these secret orders that they have received guidance from direct contact with those who call themselves the secret chiefs of the Great White Brotherhood.
Now see, that's what I tell people. I tell people that I've made contacts with the people in the UFO, in the light ships. It ain't got nothing to do with no Great White Brotherhood, all right? We're going to blow that bullshit out. What it has to do